Thank you for purchasing the roller concept quadcopters. Let's open this up, and this is what you get inside the package. Before you go further, you need 3 items. You need the Loctite, it's the medium strength blue Loctite glue for your blade. You need 8 AA battery for the controller, and then you need something small so you can able to Loctite the cap for the rotors. So you need these 3 items before you even go further for the package. Let's open up the package and get everything out and see what you need to do. You have 4 blades. You have the charger for the battery packs. This is the wall charger, and this is the little adapter for the batteries. So you have this. You have the 3 cell light bulbs for the quadcopters. Now, how you take this out is real simple. You want to put them on an angle, so tilt this up in the angle. Now, before you even go further, make sure that the 2 cap on the radio is not holding up by the little cushions. So make sure it's away from it, and then now you just slide it on an angle, and use your other arm to lift up on an angle and get this out. And then now you just pull this out. The same way you put them into, you put in the controller on an angle first, and then you put the quadcopter in on a slight angle and then push it in. That's how you put this back in there. And this is how you do the unboxing of the full package. Okay, right now you have the 3 items: the charger, which this plug into the wall outlets, and then the connection is a little hub, and then you just insert into it here. So once you plug into the outlet, you should be able to see the solid red light, so it's indicating it's on. And then to charge the battery, you just need to plug the batteries into the bigger of the white plug. So insert right into it, and then once you plug it in, and then you will see the red light will begin to flash. So it keeps on flashing. Takes about a couple hours to finish flashing. When it's finished charging, it'll turn green. So initially you want to charge the battery about 6 to 8 hours, and afterwards then you can charge it between 1 to 2 hours. So again, plug in the wall outlet, solid red. When you plug in the battery, the solid red will begin to flash, and then when it's finished charging, you will see green LED lights. And then once you finish charging the battery pack, you just unplug this, and then by putting into the quadcopters, you want to put this upside down, and then insert right inside the 2 velcros. So you want the wire lead to be on this side because your plug-in is on this side. And insert to the second velcros. Sometimes it's hard to insert. All you need to just unlock the velcro like this, and then insert into it. And then how you fasten the velcro is hold on one side of the velcro. On one side, just stretching it, and then on the other side, you just use this to overlay the other velcros. That's how you insert the batteries. So you can able to plug this in whenever you're ready to plug in. And then just flip this over. Okay, this part will show you how to insert the battery into the radio. You need 8 AA battery packs. Make sure it's alkaline rated. Open up the back cover. Pull the little battery holder out. So you have the top side and the bottom side. To identify the top side, you'll see the little edge on the top, and that's your top side. Insert into the 8 AA batteries into it. And then the bottom side. And then how you put it back in is, again, looking at the top side, you have the little 2 edge. That should be how you put in the holders. And then you have the remaining wire, you just tuck right into here and then close the caps. That's how you insert the battery into the radio. This part, I'm going to show you how to insert the blade onto the quadcopters. Before you do anything, you want to use, again, the Loctite, the blue strings. You can get them at Home Depots, to Loctite all 4 of the caps. Because they are not Loctite yet, they are pretty much hand tight. So all you need to do is plug in, go into the little insertion of the hole, and then hold on to the can and the blade all together, right in the middle of the blade, okay? And then just turn this counterclockwise. So loosen it, and then now this cap comes off. And then what you need to do is shake this screw a few times. Make sure it's all well. Open up and drop maybe one drop inside this little caps. So once it's dropped in there, just go to the other side and just thread lock it. That might be over residue on the glue. It's okay. This is not gonna hurt the blade. So insert the little driver in there, and then just tighten it. Hold on to both the can and the blade. Tighten it to the point that not too tight, just a little snuggle fit tight. If it's too tight, you just need to unlock it a little bit again, and then do it again for tighten it. So now that's how you Loctite the caps. You do to all 4 of these caps for the Loctite, all 4 of them. Okay. So that's how you do the Loctite. Okay, so after all 4 of the cap are Loctite, I'm going to show you how the orientation of the blade are. So if you look at all 4 blades, there should be 2 different orientation, and then you just make it separately on the 2 orientations. Look at the top portion of the blade, which is all on the top portion of the blade right now. If you look at it, if the blade you can see on the top portions, if its upper edge is higher than the other side, you can see the upper edge of the blade is higher than the other side, then that should be going to your left corner on the front of your quadcopters. And then using the same, so you have a pair of the same orientations. So again, looking at the upper edge of the blade, if it's pitching higher on the right side, then that should be either on this portion of the quadcopters, or it will go transit to the bottom of your right corner on the rear. And then the other side of the orientation is looking the edge again on the upper portion of the blade. If the edge is higher on the left side, going this way, then that should be on your top right corner of your quadcopters. Again, this will transmit the blade format to the bottom corner on the left side now. Again, looking at the blade on the top, make sure this is the same. It should be on your left side of the edge is higher than the right side of the edge, so it should go in this way on the blade. And this is where you insert into the bottom corner of your quadcopters. Make sure again, inspect all the blade. Inspect all the blades by looking at the middle of the blade. Make sure there's no cracks. So no cracking on the blade, because sometimes when you tighten it too tight, it will crack the blade. So inspect all 4 of the blade in the middle of the portion. So make sure there's no cracks before you even insert into the quadcopters. Now, also one more thing you need to pay attention to is the O-rings. When you insert into the quadcopter, sometimes the little rings, ball bearings, comes off and tuck into the bottom of the caps. So make sure that you remove them and put them back into should be on this side of the motors. That's how you identify the orientation of the blade. I'm going to show you the function on each button right now. Basically, before you turn on the radio, you want it on this right hand toggle switch on the top. Make sure that it's at the 0 positions. So it might be sometime at 2 or 1, but make sure it's at 0, so it's away from you at all times. And one more feature is this throttle switch. Sometimes it's off, so make sure that you're always on the bottom before you even turn on the radio. So this 2 function is extremely important, otherwise it will not bind with the radio of the receivers. The other function of the radio, you have the dual rate control, which is on this toggle switch, you want to make it at 1. So this allows you to make it less sensitive when you're flying, especially when you're a beginner. The mixing, you have there's no feature to our quadcopters. Your gear switch, this allows you to have either the 0 or the 1. At this moment, there's no functions. Normally, we use this function for driving your motorized tilt control for the quadcopter. So at this moment, there's no function on this part as well. And you have also the hole and the trim, and there's nothing applied to us. You have 4 buttons. You have the trim buttons for your. Let's explain the 2 joystick first. Now your left joystick, this is your up and down on the quadcopter. So basically, when you push this up, this quadcopter should go up like this. And when you also this joystick can go right and left. So when you go left and right, this quadcopter will rotate when you go this way, and then when you go to the left side, just rotate to the left. So this is your yaw control on your joystick. Yaw left, yaw right. And then up and down. When you move your joystick, this one will go up and down on the quadcopters. On your right joystick, this is your forward joystick. So go forward, go backwards, and then this also goes sideways. Go sideways, go right sideways. When you leave it alone, it should able to hold still like this. But you always use 2 hands to maneuver anyway. So again, left joystick go up and down, and turn left, and turn right. And your right joystick goes forward, backwards, pitch left, pitch right. That's your cyclic control. You have 4 buttons on the remote control. This is trimming the button. So this is trimming your forward, backward. It's just trimming. And then this trimming your pitch left and pitch right. And then this trims your rotations, the 360 rotation, turn left and turn right trimming. This button, you shouldn't touch it at all. This is your throttle trim, which is set always in the middle. So that's your 4 trimming buttons. On-off buttons, this is to do the programming buttons. So don't touch any part of this initially while you're doing the learning, because this is already pre-programmed to control the quadcopters, not other things, not any other flying machines. So do not do any programming on these 2 buttons. So just avoid these 2 buttons. That's your feature of the radio. Okay, right now I'm going to show you how to do the binding with the radio and the quadcopters. So now the batteries already insert into it, the 8 batteries, and then your quadcopter already insert the fully charged batteries. So what you need to do is that you want to lay this on the ground. Don't try to initialize this while holding the quadcopter and like this. This is not a proper way to do the initializing. You want it to be on the ground, set them firm, not on table, ground only. And it has to be solid ground. No carpet and no grass. That's the worst thing that you start any initializing. The controller must turn on first before you turn this plug in the radio. Again, must have all 4 blades on the quadcopter before you plug any power to the quadcopter. Otherwise, you could burn out the motors, all the speed control. You'll see smoke coming out because you didn't put the blade onto it. Turning on the radio, there are 2 things again you need to be careful. The upper corner, make sure that this is away from you on the toggle switch, and make sure that the throttle stick is all the way to the bottom. So you have only about 10 seconds when you turn this on to plug in the battery of the quadcopters. So let's turn this on. Let's see. Turn this on, and you hear a beep beep, and then now you plug in the batteries immediately. So you have only 10 seconds to do all this. You will hear beep sound. And you will hear the final long beeps. Now after you hear the long beep, you'll see the 2 blue flashing light. That means it's ready to fly. It's engaged already for the binding. And then you'll see the radio. It doesn't make any noise at all. So this is ready to fly when you are doing properly initialized. Okay, this is instruction to show you how to fly and operate the controller. So before you do any turn on of the radio, make sure the 3 things. one, lock tight on the blade. Number two, make sure that the switch is on the left corner is away from you. I mean the right corner away from you, and then your throttle stick is always to the bottom. Now you turn on the radio and plug in the quadcopters, and they sync. And you should hear the long beep sound, and then you see the blue light flashing 2 times. That means it's ready. If you don't hear any of this and it doesn't sync, turn everything off, unplug the battery first of the quadcopter and turn off the radio, and then we do the whole sequence again. Now this is already initialized and sync. To operate the controller for the quadcopters, always when you're holding the controller, you want it to have the right joystick and the left joystick work together. Don't just turn on the radio and expect the quadcopter to go straight up by moving your up and down throttle switch. That will not happen. And always on a flat surface, no grass, no carpet to start your helicopter or quadcopter up at any time of flying. So your right hand, you always use it to counter the force because you do have a lot of ground effects. So you want it to move this slightly up toward the center initially. And then you start the left joystick slowly and let it spins. So make sure you see all 4 spins. And then now you want it to go slowly up further and see how it responds. So you always use 2 hands simultaneously, so not just one fingers or 1 hand. And then this also allows you to move the joystick of the left and right. So go a little further. And then if you notice the quadcopters will begin to shift up about maybe 1 feet or 2. And you stay there. And then now you can let go of the hand. But if you let go of the hand, you can see the movement of the quadcopters. So always use 2 hands to perform the radio control. And then if you let go of the right hand, you'll see if it's going backwards. Now you want to land the quadcopter first, and then you want to trim it because now it's going backward more or less. And then you just trim it to the front, maybe a field trim. Now you can hear. Now also when you trim it, you can hear the sounds. When you trim all the way to the top, I'm pushing the button right now. When you push it all the way to, when you hear the long beep, I mean it's already to the real top portion of the trimming cycles. When I'm trimmed down. If you hear the short beep, loud beep, that means you're in the middle of all the trimming. So, and you can also see by the light indication here, the little dot. So now we are in the center. Let's do one more time and see how it responds. Always use 2 hands again. A lot better. So if I let go of the controller on the right joystick, you can see it's not going backward that much. It's still going a little bit backwards. And notice I'm doing on the controller, I'm tapping it, virtually tapping it, not going all the way out on all the control of the controllers. So you don't need to have a huge movement on the joystick. So slowly tapping it. So now it's still going backward a little bit. So now I'm going to trim it a little further forward. Trim it up a little more, maybe 3 or 4 times. And then now you can, again, every time when you're doing the trim, make sure that you land it first before you're trimming any kind of trimming. So going forward, using 2 hands, going up a little bit. Now it's going even more steady to the front. It's still going a little bit backwards, so I need to go a little more on the trimming. So land it again, and then go in another 4 or 5 times. And then now trim, and then now try again. Again, using 2 hands. And you notice the quadcopter is real stable now. I already trimmed out the forward backwards portions. So now it's going a little bit to the left. So I want to trim to the, it's shifting to the left. So I want to counter it. So I want to trim it to the right. So maybe a few times of this to the right. So now, because it's going this way on the quadcopter, so I'm trimming this way. So let's see how it responds. Again, 2 hands, always 2 hands. Now you can see it's real stable. I might over trim to the right. So if I let go of the joystick, you can see it's going to the right again. So I need to land it, shut down, and then trim it back to the left because it's going too much to the right. So let's see. Use 2 hands again, 2 fingers to hold the 2 joystick to do the trimming. Now it's good. Now it's real stable. So I can virtually let go of the controller on my right joystick. You can see it virtually stays there on your quadcopters. So that's how you do the initializing of minor trimming and adjustment. So expect the first couple of times to do all this trimming out, and then you can be able to fly a little higher and higher by doing the learning. When you turn off, you make sure that you turn off the quadcopter first before you turn the radio off. So when you finish, turn off, unplug this, and then turn off the radio.